Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it so very much. I am doing, it's technically a tag video, but the reason I wanted to do it is because I feel like I come on here and I haul a lot of stuff, but I never really talk about my favorites. So this is Kaylee Butte, or Bout. I don't know how to pronounce her name. I feel like everybody else on YouTube is like, I don't know how to pronounce her name, which makes me feel bad because I know that I have an impossible name as well. She did this. It's technically called another palette tag, but I have never done a palette tag, so I'm doing my first one. But I wanted to kind of talk about some of the palettes that I have, and this I thought was a nice way of doing it. If you have a channel, I would love to hear your thoughts on it as well. But I also thought it would just be a good way to kind of talk to you about my collection. So the first question on the list is, what was your first palette? And I have two that I brought with me. This first one is the Jane Eye Zing Eye Mixers Collection 1. And this is drugstore. I got it so many years ago. I don't really use it. Like, I obviously don't use it anymore. But this is what it looked like. It's kind of a weird collection, very light, and then that one black in there. So that was my first like drugstore palette that I actually bought myself. I remember I was at dance camp and we went to Rite Aid or Walgreens or something, and they had it and I bought it because I was away from home and I could buy makeup if I wanted to. The first high-end palette I got was the Too Faced Country, and I got this. They had the country and the rock and roll, and Marie Osmond was the spokesperson for them. She was like the spokesmodel, I guess you would say. And I grew up watching, I remember when their talk show TV show came on the air, and they had like Britney. It was her first performance on network television, and I loved their show. So when this came out, I was like, I want it because I love Marie Osmond. Which is really funny because most people in my generation either they don't know who she is or they're not like fans like I am. I went to their show in Vegas last year and it was so much fun. So anyway, this is what it looks like. You can tell that I have used it a lot. There are huge divots and so many colors. Y'all is almost to pan. This one, Paper Roses, makes me so sad because I love that shade. That's like one of my favorite shades. There is a huge divot in Rhinestone. This Famous in a Small Town has a huge divot. So does this one here, which is Cowboy Take Me Away. It has a pretty big divot. There's a smaller divot in All American Girl, but that is one of my all-time favorite palettes. I need to go back to it. All right. Sorry, I had to sneeze. My second palette, or the second question, is your most recent purchase. And technically I have a package on the way that will be my most recent purchase, but this is the one that I have in hand that is the most recent, and it is the Viseart or Viseart Petite Pro 2, and it is the little tiny, it has the plastic cover on it. So it's just the mini warm palette. I just got it, and I've been dying to like use all of the colors, but I haven't yet because I haven't only had it a few days. So this is my newest purchase. That is what some of them look like. I thought it was really pretty, and I've heard great things about Viseart, so I really wanted to try something from them. And since this one was so much cheaper than most of their other things, and it's because it's so tiny. I mean, it is literally the size of a credit card. So this is the Too Faced small metal tins, and then you have the Viseart. Like that gives you a good comparison of what they are like. The next question is one that you regret missing out on. That is definitely the Urban Decay Alice in Wonderland palette. The first one, not the Through the Looking Glass, the actual Alice in Wonderland right here. It is so beautiful. I love the pop-up with the scenery that comes up. If I can find one that is a reasonable price, I really want to get it, even if it is like, I know it's an older piece, but as a collector, I really want it, both for just how beautiful it is, but I also, Alice in Wonderland is one of my things that I study, and I really love adaptations. That's like my area of study, and that I think would be a really great piece to have as part of my Alice collection, because I have a lot of Alice stuff. Then one that makes you happy to look at, this is the Alice Through the Looking Glass palette. I love the packaging so much. I love that it's black and white roses and flowers on the side. I love the kaleidoscope packaging. It's so cool. And then you open it up and it has the mirror. I'm trying not to blind you. And it says, "We're all mad here." And then it opens up for the butterfly as well. I love it. And then you pull out the drawer, and the brush matches, which I love as well. And then I like just how cool it is that it looks like it's three-dimensional, even though it's flat. And I love the variety of colors as well. So that is the one that makes me happiest to look at. Next question is one that you changed your mind on, and that would be the Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes. I got this because I liked the shades in it, but I bought it knowing I'm going to have to use this with another palette because I love shimmer. I love glitter. I don't like all matte looks. I will never wear an all matte look, and they are all mattes. That's why it's called the Too Faced Peachy Mattes. And I was wrong. I will wear this without shimmer. This is one. I have the clay palette too, and I hate that palette. That is like one of my least favorite palettes because it's so boring. And that's not who I am with makeup. But this one I love, and I was really surprised that I could find looks with it without, I just have to smell it for a second, sorry. Without having to reach for a second palette that is peachy, or that is shimmery as well. All right, the next question was one that surprised you. And I'm going to say that is the Clover palette from Too Faced. I was not interested in getting this palette at all. I saw the colors and I was like, that's so random. It's like some colors, but do I really, like, I'm never going to wear that. I don't really. And I thought the packaging was kind of cheesy because it's so little kiddish. And yes, it is little kiddish in a way. But this is a really great, like, overall palette. I used this for a week straight. I wasn't bored. I had fun looks like I have like today. I had work appropriate looks because there's a lot of neutrals in there that you can actually use. Like if you just kind of block off these, you can do some great looks with it. So this is one that really surprised me in its versatility. The next one that inspires you the most, that's going to be my Alice palette. Going back to this one, I love the mix of colors. I love that it's kind of similar to the Clover in that I can find a lot of different looks with it. So I feel like I can do everyday looks in it because there are those nice neutrals, but there's also a lot of bright colors in it. So this is definitely one that inspires me the most. One that is on my wish list, I have so many on my wish list. I really want to try something from Violet Voss though. I don't know which one at this point, but trying something from Violet Voss is definitely on my list of things that I want to try in 2018. So I'd say that if it's like wish list that is never going to happen, it's going to, and I'll post some pictures here. Wish list that's never going to happen because it's too expensive. The Pat McGrath, the Mothership 4, the newest one that she came out with, oh my gosh, it is so pretty. I would love to have that, but that's a lot of money for a palette, and even with like my $50 palettes, I'm like, that's a lot of money. So those are a couple that are on my wish list. Finally, my no-fail palette. This is the NARS Narcissist. The one thing I don't like about it is it takes a bit to get it open. But this is Wanted, so it's the warmer shadows. And I love how easy these are to blend, how they build up really fast. They aren't like ultra pigmented where if you put it on and you make a mistake, you have to like try to erase it, because I do that a lot. This is very forgiving. So you put it on and it blends really beautifully. I can create a look really fast. It is much faster than any of my other palettes, and I think it is because of that. There are some shades in here that I haven't really tried, like the Ultra Glitter Bomb ones, which I haven't even swatched, honestly, which is kind of funny. So whoa, those are beautiful. I will say those are very beautiful. But that is like the one that's my no-fail go-to, especially if I'm running late and I want to get out the door really fast. It is the one I will reach for. All right, so that was the 9 questions from the tag. I hope that it gave you kind of an idea of what I use a lot of, what I'm looking forward to using, because I do a lot of hauls, like I said, but I don't really talk about what I use on a regular basis. So I think this could be a fun, like, a series. We're gonna try it for a little bit and let me know what your thoughts are on it. If you like having this, I was thinking of calling it Tuesday Tag Day, because I'll do a different tag and talk about some of my favorites every week. I'll give it a month. Let's give it a month and kind of see how it goes. Leave me your feedback down below if this is something you'd be interested in seeing more of. I hope you are having a fantastic day. If you have not subscribed already, if you wouldn't mind subscribing, it would mean so very much to me. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.